What's up? We're playing with the LTK Rezult. LTK Rezult. Yes. I did a video on this knife months ago, and it's insane because it came out like in March or April of 23. But I'm still getting people going, oh, has your knife come out yet? So I guess I'm like a really lousy marketing person. So I will accept that judgment. Yes, the LTK Rezult. It's out. Um, Announcement, breaking news. It's been out. There's like about 35 left of these and 65 left of these. So there's 100 knives left, okay? And White Mountain Knives is the exclusive seller, okay? So that's where you have to go to get one. They're $245. LTK is your discount code. 10% off, they're $220, okay? $220, titanium, 20 CV blade steel at a 60.2 Rockwell on the one I had tested, which is over in the drawer. This one I had, somebody laid a mirror on this, and I can't remember who put that edge on there now, but it was somebody. Wasn't me, because I don't put an edge like that. My edges are more like this, unglamorous, but they just work, okay? But in any case, this one's a lot of fun. I carry this one most of the time, and you know what? Even though it's been apart and back together, I'm not getting any button stick, and this is solid. I mean, and I have no play, but the lockup is solid, and this is not something you should do. Do not push that way to close it up on your fingers. No, don't do that, no matter what, okay? And don't spine whack a knife. That's ridiculous. Okay, stop it. But this one is a solid lockup. No button stick, no problems there here either on this one. And this is pretty much right out of the box, okay? This one here. I haven't carried this one at all. But boy, the ergos are good. And I designed this knife along with my buddy Max in Ukraine. But I mean, I wanted something that was good with ergos, lightweight enough, not too long to turn off half the people, because so this was a compromise. 3.5-inch blade, not 4-inch. But not 3-inch, okay? And 8-inch overall, not 8.5, not 9, but not 7, okay? So there was a lot of different thoughts that went into this. I like this drop point blade. I like this blade design. I think it's good for piercing and slicing. I like a stonewash finish because it doesn't show the marks, and I definitely did not want to get PVD coating on it, and not on something that's a 20 CV blade, okay? It's 19% chromium. It's fine. It's not, it's not likely to rust, okay? And then these, I mean, at the time this was being produced, WE Knives was not doing fat carbon at all in knives, okay? They are now, okay? But at the time they weren't. This is what I did want to begin with, was fat carbon. But then I didn't want just a regular weave of carbon fiber, okay? And that was my first prototype, which I should have out here, but I don't, did have just an oval insert of carbon fiber. But now the other thought was to leave this with no inlays at all. But you know what? I like, yeah, and that was a thought. But micro milling, G10, this is durable. And you know what? This knife is not a $500 or $600 knife, okay? There's a lot of them being OEM'd in China by USA guys, and you get the knife in the Mokutai kit and you're 500 plus. This is less than half of that, okay? So it is what it is. And this is one that I would hope you can just carry and use every day. And let me give you a little bit of information. White Mountain Knives, they're the exclusive, so I will give you a link to them. And there's not that many of these left, but there's not going to be any more. I'm not going to make them in a smaller size, bigger size. I'm not going to reconfigure. I'm not going to do this, okay? I'm busy with the website and doing other things, so if I ever get around to another knife, it will be a while. Here's your stats. Of course, you can finger flick it. It's a button lock and it's a flipper. Okay. They are saying Rockwell 59 to 61. That is correct. It's a 60.2, the one I had tested, and that can vary by 0.5, so it could be closer to a 61 on another punch, maybe, whatever. So, and here we go. This is a little bit, I just noticed that there were some reviews on it from people who have bought it. And there are other reviews out there. You can look at Metal Complex, Luvthemknives, and then, of course, Birdshot, and many others that have reviewed the knife. So look around and, do your homework if you want. There's LTK Rezult, Luvthemknives, Unsung Hero. A lot of people are saying this is really this is a sleeper. People are just not talking about it, but this is a really good knife, and they don't understand, why this hasn't been just a raging success. And it's my fault. You know what? I've talked to some people who are in the business, and they go, you got to continue to bang the drum. Okay, you got to continue to bang the drum and let people know it's available, because you're not getting to everybody. Not everybody is looking at your postings and this and that. So I understand. Okay, so it's my fault if this doesn't sell out quickly. And it hasn't. It's been available for about 6 months now. And 1/3 of them still remain in stock. Okay, so they're available. And then when they're gone, they're gone. So don't come crying to me if they're gone. But I think it's a great knife to have because the ergos are good. You can move up on it. The blade shape is nice. You can finger flick it really easily. I think We Knives does maybe as good or the best job with a button lock that I've seen as far as button locks go. And they really do a solid job. This one's got a little lanyard pin here. It's got a reversible titanium pocket clip. And I wanted it reversible. I wanted it for left and right. Otherwise, I would have done a milled titanium pocket clip and put it on here. But I wanted this to be reversible. And it is reversible. And so that's kind of nice. The left-hand people, and you know what? It lands right here on the G10. So it's not going to put snail trails all up and down, side to side on your titanium. It's on the G10 insert, okay? And if somebody can figure out how to pop out these G10 inserts, and I haven't tried to do that, but there's holes on the back, so you could potentially do that and put in different inserts if you want, okay? It's just easy to flick open. It drops shut just wonderfully in the hand. It's a good user knife, everyday user knife, and I think the guys that have really appreciated this knife are ones that have really just carried it and used it, instead of just set it in the box or just fidgeted with it, right? But it's definitely there for fidget. It's definitely fidget friendly. So I will do that myself as far as that goes. But then we got jimping, clear up here. If you want to crawl clear up here, you can do that as well, okay? And, it's comfortable in the hand. I think the pocket clip is just fine. It works. It slides in my pocket just fine. And you know what? I don't really feel it because it hits me kind of right in here, the tip of this that kind of comes up, but it doesn't really stick right up. It's pretty close to the scale, so it's really not obnoxious there. But that's comfortable in the hand as well. You get it in a box. It comes in a box. There's no labels or stuff like that, but it comes in a box, and it comes with a nice zipper pouch like this, and a microfiber cloth and the plastic and all that. And I think, oh yeah, and I keep forgetting about this because when I was negotiating with We Knives, it was like, I want additional hardware. And so there is additional hardware. So there's additional screws that come with it, okay? So that's nice. Not everybody gives you additional hardware. And I just thought that's nice because that'll cut down on service requests for Justin at White Mountain. If somebody loses a screw and they go, oh, do you have any additional? Oh, do you have? And by the way, I have additional, I think, pocket clips, pivot screws, and things like that. Okay, so I did make them put a packet together of a bunch of additional hardware and send it to me so that I would have it on hand, and I didn't want to leave it in a box at wherever for Justin. You know, I wanted to go ahead. I could segregate that probably better than he could in his maze of, you know, shelving. So I do have that too. But you know what? Haven't had a single request. This thing holds together really well. And you can get it in the green if you want. The OD green, another one. This is very handy. It's just the right size, not too big, not too small. But it's not going to appeal to the extreme people because, yeah, I mean, I like extreme knives too, but this is not that. This is a user and something, you know, 3.5, 90 millimeter, 3.5 inch, 8 overall, just a smidge over 8 at 20.5 centimeters, okay? And, you know, I'm sure it's like 3 millimeter blade stock, somewhere in there, 0.12, yeah, 3 millimeter, 3.1, right there. And then here, 13.2, it's a 0.52, 0.51, so half an inch thick. It's a little thicker than a paramilitary 2, which would be 0.46, but 0.51 is not that far off. And it's 4.5 ounces, I believe, and let me confirm that. But I'll give you the link to the other video that I did several months ago on this that shows you also the disassembly. Yeah, 4.5 ounces. So 4.5 ounces at, and if you need the grams on it, 128 grams. So light enough, small enough, big enough, fidget friendly enough, flickable enough, premium materials, made by one of the better knife manufacturers in the world as far as I'm concerned. I mean, that's just the way I feel. I've got a lot of, the Ziphius, and I got a lot of Wee knives, the 714, and some of the older ones, some of the newer ones. I really like the way they make a knife. I've talked to other people that feel the same way. So yeah, I think there's a lot of people really like Wee knives. They do an excellent job. And so I'm really happy with the build quality of this. I think this is going to hang together for you really nicely. And so give it a shot. Go on. I've got a link there. Take a look at them. Check around. See what you think. But I like the overall design. And the thing is, when this flipper tab kicks open, it is flush with the bolster. I wanted it to be flush like that, okay? So it just kind of, just is right there, kind of disappears in a way. And it's not a thing anymore. But then again, this is significant enough to keep your hand from rolling up over and onto the blade, and I wanted to kind of protect people in that regard as well, but get you close enough to the blade for accurate cutting, experience, and however you handle a knife. And reverse grip is very comfortable as well. It's got an easy to find balance point right about here, okay? But yeah, and it's not contoured, and that takes a lot more work with the CAD to do a contour, but I wanted it grippy. I wanted it, but this is thick. This is sturdy, but not too heavy. So I think we hit a lot of boxes on it. Maybe not everybody's taste, but then what is, right? What knife is. Take care. I'm going to leave you to it. But yes, once again, this may be the sleeper of 2023 is the LTK Rezult. Nobody's really talking about it. And a lot of people that own one think, what's the deal? This is really strange. This is a hell of a knife, and I'm just not seeing that much out there. Well, it's because I'm not talking about it enough, I guess. And so here I am, running my big mouth. LTK Rezult. Yes, thank you so much. There's some left. 1/3 of them are remaining, so there's 65 of these, 35 of these. Then they gone, brother. They gone. Take care. Might be have something to have in your collection for posterity. There was this guy named Luvthemknives, and he created a knife, and I've got one of them. Take care. Yes, we do love them knives. So you guys, stay sharp.